Ready, go. Okay. Ready, go. Take a look at the frontal view. Go. So what we see here is if you look at how far you go.
On the back?
About this much.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because you're going like this. You're going really flat here. And from here, you don't have good lower body motion. It's just try to swing the arm forward here.
It's just my arms doing it?
So in the back swing, your left arm is generally too straight.
Too straight?
Yeah. Then try to go this way instead of going up here, you're going too flat.
Okay.
So that's the beginning of this whole unfortunate series of events here. And then down the line view, go.
Oh, I see right there, it's flat.
Very flat.
I used to go too steep and then or too high. I think I try to fix
Look at this. Even your hands are located below the shoulders here. So if this is the shoulder line here, your hands are below the shoulder. It's severely flat. And when you go this way here, you cannot go any further. So naturally the backswing becomes really small here. Now the club is just sticking out that way.
Okay.
And then before the backswing is completed, you're already starting the downswing here. Now on the way down, you see how steep that plane is. So you go flat here, and then at the end, quickly coming down, the club head goes up here, and now on the way down, it's really steep. So your backswing and then downswing are using very different planes here.
So I should be doing the opposite, going up and then...
No, so try to match those close to each other. So now suddenly,
I see, I do a little.
yeah, the hands are coming down quite steep. And also from this position, you can tell that your hands are leading too much here, and you have severely outward swing plane here. Pretty much you have a mixture of all the bad things. So it just sorry to say this, but. And then back to the frontal view here. So you're sliding the pelvis quite a bit toward the target because you went flat here, and then on the way down, you're just coming down this way here. You know, to make space here, your pelvis has to slide away from this area.
But you don't want it, you want to do it.
So the elbow has to go more in front of your body instead of coming this way here. So we need to, first, you need to relax your arm, okay? And then the key is, as you swing back and forth, you have to find the natural movement pattern. It's not something manufactured, forced. Although you are strong, however, you are using the muscle incorrectly. And then assume your seated position. Already, I can see how strong your arms are here in the center position.
Relax.
And then, so from here, your right arm is dominant. This is mainly holding this. So you have this angle here. That means your left arm is not doing much. So remove the right arm. Try to hold, and also your hands are too close to your body.
Keep it up.
Yeah. Not down, but lean forward a little bit, and then naturally drop the arm down here, and hold the club with your left arm, left hand, and then just toward the end of but keep a little bit of room here. No need to go that far down, out. So you should be able to control the club motion with your left arm well, but it's not using the whole arm here, but you have to let the wrist move. You have to keep the wrist motion, okay? And then instead of going like this, yeah, no. So you should be able to move the club this way
Oh, okay. Okay.
using good wrist motion here and nicely move the club instead of this way. So just use your left arm, easy, and then use the good wrist motion. And again, no need to lift. So always pay attention to the motion of the end of the club here. You are moving the club head around, and then you have to find the easiest way, natural way to move the club head around your body. Yes, instead of.
So stiff.
Okay. So again, the goal is to move the club head around. So you have to use the. So it's better, but particularly at the end here, at the end, you have to let it go and then finish this motion and then start, instead of try to force it. Imagine a swing. So when you were a little kid, you were riding a swing and your dad was pushing. Then what happens is your dad has to wait until this is completed and then push. Yeah. So there's no reason to fight. So wait until this is completed and then push. The same thing. When you throw this nicely here, you're throwing the club head. Instead of dragging everything with your arm muscles here, you are throwing the club head, wait until this is completed, and then bring it back and throw this way. Again, wait until this is completed, and then throw. So all you do is a nice slow down here, and finish this motion. Throw this way and slow down. So there's no reason to fight.
Slide through the work.
So don't stand on the mat. Don't waste your energy, okay, for something not that important. Just play with you're going out too much. You have to flip it here. Yeah. This motion in the forearm, this is called the supination. This is pronation here. So when you throw and then you have to introduce the supination here, then you will be able to easily control this motion and then let it go this way here.
Okay.
Instead of going out like, yeah. Yes. Keep. And then now, in doing this, your body is completely stationary here. If you want to do this more than the arm, actually you have to use the body nicely here. Let it go, body motion. And then when you try to throw this, it's not coming from the arms, but rather it's coming from your body. So throw both ways, throw. So in doing this, instead of using your arms, more use the body. And then relax as much as possible. Throw, yes, use the momentum. In the backswing, you're stopping and this going here. Use the full range here. So throw all the way here, throw all the way here, throw all the way, throw all the way, throw all the way. Don't stop it in the middle. That means that you are intentionally, because your muscles try to stop it. So let it go all the way.
Still same thing.
But we are really struggling with the club. If the goal is to move the club nicely, then image a plane here, which is just connecting the T to your midsection of the trunk here. Imagine this plane here. Your goal is to move the club head along that plane nicely. Throw. And then along the way, you have to have a comfortable body motion instead of. Okay, you are fighting too much with the club. See, because of the inertia and momentum, when you just throw that, it will keep going. Let it go. Don't fight. Yeah, and then throw that way, and throw, and then now. So the easiest way to do it is this: if you have the swing plane here, generally move this along the swing plane, and then finish here, throw, and then finish here, swing, swing. So you should be able to move it along a plane, your imaginary plane. If this goes away from the plane a lot, that means you have a lot of unnecessary movement. Then you need the compensation for that. So your goal is to nicely move the club head along the plane, an imaginary plane. Still, it's not coming from your lower body, but it's coming from your arms, that's why. Now, the same thing, using the right hand here, hold here, and then throw, 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 both ways. Again, the goal here is to throw it here, instead of dragging all the time. Again, the right arm, the same thing. This is supination, pronation here. Using this supination, pronation here, supination, pronation, supination, pronation here. So again, the club is moving along the plane. Try to throw. So make it easy, yes. If you throw it, it's easy. This is the same thing with the left arm, left. And then again, throw both ways. Yeah, if you throw, it's a lot easier. But when you do left arm, here when you throw in here, you have unnecessary motion here. Just again, make sure you're moving along the plane. All you need is just throw. You have to control your body in such a way that you keep moving along the plane.
It looks easier when you do it, but I don't know how you hold it tight enough to not throw it.
So you have to use the momentum. Because of momentum, it will go all the way here. Don't fight. It will go up to this point, right? Then nicely slow this down. All you need is slowing down instead of moving the arm like this. Okay? Mm-hmm. Feel the motion of the club head, and then both ways. You have to maintain the motion along the same plane. And then you have to time this really well so that your body motion, arm motion, and club motion should happen in a flowing way here. So throw here, bring it back here, throw. But if you use the arms a lot before you use the body, then you are getting off from the right sequence. Then suddenly the motion becomes a lot more difficult. Again, use the body and then throw, body and throw. Imagine you're throwing a disc here. If you want to throw this disc here, then first you have to move the body, and then add arm motion and then wrist motion here, instead of trying to use the wrist early or arm early before the body moves. So now both hands, hold in both hands, but you don't specifically rely on the right arm too much. Okay, so you have to use both, and then. Okay, so your grip, it is passing through the palm here, and you're holding like this. Try to lower this, and then the fingers are pretty much holding this. Okay. So you should be able to do this motion here. Okay? And then if you can do that, then let me show you this. Again, you will repeat this motion, but let it go, throw. The advantage of throwing motion is that because it has enough momentum, you'll just keep going, preserve the motion. No need to fight. And then let go all the way to the end of the motion, slow down here, and then throw this way and slow down, throw this way, slow down, throw and slow down. When you have throwing action, the momentum will automatically bring the club head around your body. Oh, why do this? The key is a nice cleavage motion around. Yes, yes. Using the wrist motion. Yes, yes, yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how you need to do it. Instead of
Just let it all wait the way
Yeah.
to go. Okay.
so in the backswing, when you let this go, let the cleavage go here, here, there's no reason to
Just let it all.
go this way. Just using the momentum and then let it go around your body. So this is how you move the wrist. So again, grip, use the fingers here and hold. And then the left hand is holding the grip as if you are shaking hand with the club. And then here, just add the right arm here. Like this. Instead of, this becomes the major and then you have angle here. That means you're holding this tight with the right arm. Mainly, first you have to hold it with the left hand here and then add your right hand. Then you will be able to use both. And then the motion you want to generate is let it go, and then keep good wrist motion. So this is one thing. But more importantly, you need to use your lower body. Okay, so let's start with the rope. So now this is flexible. So again, you cannot manipulate the motion of the rope. So the only way you move the rope properly is guide it correctly. So instead, basically you cannot manipulate. If your hands are moving in the wrong direction, and then when you try to manipulate, it doesn't work. Your hands move correctly. Now, also in doing this, the purpose is to move the end of the rope faster around your body.
It's like that's the end of the club, essentially.
The focus is on the end instead of your body motion. So if you want to move this nicely around the body, just give enough speed. If you give enough speed to the rope, then it will move around your body and go all the way around your body here. So the motion should be really simple. Don't try to manipulate it. Okay? So, yeah, holding it that way, facing this way. The swing. So let's see how we can do this. Swing continuously. Feel the motion of the end of the rope.
Where should the rope be hitting? Like right here? At the end?
So, yeah, underneath your armpit, both ways. So in doing that, instead of just using your arms, try to move the lower body. You have to move the body to make this easier. If you have a heavy bag of cement or something, and then you try to load it on the back of the truck, you don't use the arms here, but rather you use the leg and then try to roll. So you have to move the body comfortably, and then generate that motion. So you have the tendency, in the downswing, you have the tendency of pushing this up here. Instead, try to throw the end. Yes, throw the end of the rope. So in order to throw, no need to lift the arms high up, because throwing action actually happens here. Develop good speed here. Using that speed you are throwing, instead of lifting the arm high up here. So, in other words, if you want to throw well, then you have to develop good speed down here and then throw, instead of. Okay. The effort in the follow through has no meaning. You already had impact. Right? So the speed should increase down here. Using this speed, you are letting it go. Mm-hmm. Oh yes, now it's a lot more consistent. But still you pull it in and then try to lift it here.
It's more.
So as you swing, stand on the mat right at the center. Now, as you swing, try to throw the end of the rope toward me. Not this way, okay? No, just swing it toward me, not inward. Okay, good. But this plane is a bit too steep, so let's make it a bit flatter. So in order to make it flatter, and you have to let the rope go away from your body here. Yeah. So let it extend like this instead of trying to pull this in. Okay. So stand on there and then set the target, but instead of hitting the ground, so just aim here, then the rope will pass about here. If you go steep, then it will hit the ground here, but let it go here. So make it a bit flatter. Reach out more on this side. Now, this is really good, but your swing plane is now outward. So again, throw toward me. So now it's outward because you're sliding this quite a bit and coming down this way. Instead, swing and turn this way. So you have to achieve more symmetric motion back and forth.
So one part's doing one thing.
Yeah, and then also try to put more effort in the backswing. You have to have an active backswing. Let it go. Let the rope go around your body in the backswing. Then automatically wind up and then throw. Wind up and then instead of go here and then try to do this.
Okay.
Because you try to put a lot of effort in the downswing. That's why you tend to have inward motion. Now you are dropping this side quite a bit, so it's going outward. Have more active backswing, and then from the wind up and throw, and then make sure you don't go this way. If you go this way, it always is outward. No. Reaching out this way more doesn't mean you go like this. Instead, just let it go here, and turn this way here. In your original swing motion, you are sliding the pelvis this way too much. So instead, see me doing this. Almost a symmetric motion, both ways. Swing, swing. Your goal is to throw the rope nicely instead of moving the pelvis or body certain ways.
Okay.
Again, focus on the rope motion. Get rid of all other unnecessary things. You're just moving the rope fast enough around your body. It's too steep. Flatten. Flatten doesn't mean go this way here. Instead, let it go here. Flat, a bit low here. Let it go out. Reach out more. But on the way down, still you have to bring your hands more this way here so that you don't lift the hands up here. In your downswing, always you try to do this. Instead of this, turn around. Do not try to slide your pelvis this way, but try to have more turning. Here, your spine is inclined forward like this.
Okay.
So your goal is to turn about the spine axis instead of sliding and lifting the have the image. So by using the leg actions, turn, both ways similarly here. By turning the body and then throw the arms and the rope. Make a backswing faster. Faster backswing. Yeah. Throw, faster backswing, throw. And then make it swing really consistent, following the plane. Swing, active backswing, swing. Yes, as you do, you cut down a lot of unnecessary movement. Because your goal is to move the end of the rope around your body. So this is the idea. And still it's a bit too rough. So still your body, you're moving your body a lot. But imagine again, the main goal is to move the end of the rope here. Then, what's important is letting the end of the rope go here instead of. Okay. There's no reason to move the body like that. Okay, your goal is to move the end of the rope around your body. Well, feel the motion of the end of the rope. Keep swinging. Keep swinging. Now let's think about the head motion here. So if your spine is inclined forward, then your head is also pretty much aligned along the spine axis here. Then when you turn the body, your head will also turn this way here. And using the peripheral vision, you will maintain the gaze. Okay? But your head will turn naturally. Then everything is turning about this axis. But if your head stays here and then try to turn, naturally what happens is you're leaning away, but you try to have a direct gaze. This causes trouble in terms of how you move the body. So as if someone is holding your hairs here, so your head cannot go. And then when you try to turn everything, then you will turn this way here. And then using the peripheral vision, you are maintaining the gaze here. You have to turn this way, right? Mm-hmm. And then when you turn this way, the same thing. You're more turning this way here. So, here. Turn, 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 turn. Yeah. So imagine this axis passing through your spine and the head here. You're basically turning about that axis, turning about the axis. Mm-hmm. Now that's a lot better. But then the plane is a bit too stiff, so you flatten the plane a little bit. But still have that idea, turning about the spine axis. Yes, you see, now your body motion is simpler. You're not trying to.
It's easy.
So having the right image is really important. Then it'll guide how you move your body. So as long as you have correct imaging, then we always have the ability to reorganize the motion and then reshape the motion. So don't move the axis like this. You don't move your axis like this. Rather, turn, turn, turn.
It's like boxing.
Yep. We have something like this here. So you see the pelvis is moving actively, the legs are moving actively. Yeah, you maintain the axis. Now, that motion is a bit too snappy because you're using your arms a lot here. So the turn motion should come from the shoulder turn here. The shoulder turn is coming from the body turn or the leg actions. Instead of snapping motion here, turn and then let it go around, turn and let it go around. So your arm motion will be added at the end. Turn with the body and then add arm motion. Turn and then add arm motion. That means you're throwing the arms. So throwing motion means you develop good speed here and then finally let it go, right? So then by turning the body, you are moving the arms here and then finally let the arms go. Both ways. So have the image of throwing the hands this way, throwing the hands this way. Both ways. So turning around the axis, but you are throwing the hands. The motion is a lot cleaner now. But still it's too stiff. Make it a bit flatter. And then as you throw, let's practice this. So use the right arm only. So normally if you have two hands, then here, the right arm will be about here. So maintain the similar motion here. Go here and then throw the rope, throw the rope, throw the rope.
Your rope looks like a normal, looks like a stick. It's so straight.
So using right arm only, you are throwing the rope. In order to throw, you have to develop good speed here and then let it go. But if you fail to control this rope early, what happens is you have to turn this way quite a bit. So have the image of throwing the rope. You're throwing with the arms only. Your body is not moving. Actually, arms only go from here to this position here. Go here, and then on the way down, it will be extended here. So the only thing arms does is just extend here. But actually, this turn has to come from the body motion and throw. Body turn and throw. Oh, still we're using the arms here. As I said, this is body. The throw has to come from the body. Watch my motion here. This motion is coming from my shoulder turn here, instead of arm motion. The right arm only does this and then extend, fold, flex and then extend, flex and extend. But the actual main motion should come from the shoulder turn, which is coming from the body action. Keep it a bit short, keep it a bit short. So when you normally hold with both hands, it's about here. But and then your goal is to develop good speed here, and then throw here. This side, you're not putting intentional effort. You're putting effort on this side. It's arms only. It's arms only. Turn the shoulder, turn the shoulder. Yeah. Turn the shoulder more and then throw. Yes. Turn the shoulder more in the backswing. Turn the shoulder more in the backswing. Throw, yes. Yes. Now it's faster, but instead of using the arms, you're using the shoulder turn.
I see.
Yeah. So the goal is that when you have active backswing, that gives you good shoulder turn here. So using the wind up and then let it go, wind up and let it go. It's not coming from the arms, but rather coming from the shoulder turn here. So again, wind up, let it go, wind up and let it go, wind up and let it go, wind up and let it go. But if you use the arms pretty much, then what happens, you're pulling the arms down. That's why you have a steep plane like this. If you're pulling the hands down. Is that if you turn the body about the axis, you cannot bring it down that much because your body mostly is inclined this way. If you turn about this axis, and then you let the shoulder to drive everything, then the rope will move along this plane here. You should be a lot flatter than what you currently do. So rely on the shoulder turn here. Shoulder turns around. With that, you can move the arms and the club, move the arm and rope around the body, and then throw instead of pulling it down. Try to go around the axis. That's better. Yes, better. Use the shoulder more. Swing. One thing important is you have to maintain good tension at the end of the action. Here, when you have a good tension in the rope, let's say, for example, when you do this, when you swing it, you don't have to use the arms quite a bit here. This is all enough. You have a good rhythmic body motion here, and you swing, and then you will feel this tension here. Okay? Or when you do something like this. When you maintain good tension here, then you'll be able to control this well. On the way back, if you lose the tension here, on the way down is hard. So let the rope, end of the rope go all the way in, because this is going all the way in, you have tension here. When you have tension, you can let it go. With this tension, you can throw early on, but if this is loose here, the body turns quite a bit and then try to do that. It's late. So you have to maintain the tension. That means during the backswing, with the faster backswing, let go all the way here. The rope never slows down and it drops like this. Then you lose the tension. So in order to maintain the tension, let it turn all the way. Hit your chest. So don't lose the tension at the end of the backswing. Yes. Throw. You're slowing down a bit too early. Let it go all the way so that it hits your chest. So your goal in the backswing is run the end of the rope all the way and then bring the rope here. It's not about you have a quick body motion and then just let it go, whatever that happens. Instead, your intentional goal is to bring the end of the rope all the way here. So in the backswing, you're starting about here. But actually, you have to let it go all the way. Add extra shoulder turn, and then bring the rope. If your arm is here, it will block the rope motion. So maybe lift the hip, and then let the rope go around your armpit here. Let the rope hit your chest in the back, at the end of the backswing. Yep. It did not hit the chest.
Okay.
You have to make the end of the rope alive. Let it go all the way and then hit your chest. A bit more active motion. No. At the end, your arm goes like this. This slows down this. So your goal in the backswing is to move the rope around your body. Your goal is to do this motion instead of lifting the arm here.
I see.
That's not your goal. Your goal is to just create good wind-up. So let the end of the rope go all the way. Turn the body. When the arm goes like this, then at the beginning you are using the arms here. So again, if your goal is to turn the body, 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 let the rope hit your body like this. So instead of because you're trying to lift the arm at the end, that's why the rope slows down and it ends up somewhere here. And then with this motion, you always try to use the arm at the beginning. The arms are added here, but the arms are added here on this side. The arm motion is added at the end, not at the beginning of the downswing, okay? So again, your goal is, in the backswing, when you turn your body, your goal is to move the end of the rope around your body.
So is this the position it should be in?
No, instead of worrying about the position, you have to worry about the rope motion here. Rope has to end up here. You have to create this rope motion by turning the shoulders. Still on the way down, you're using the arms here. Instead, here, go here, use the body and throw the arms here. Okay, so let's use both hands, and then your goal is to throw on the way down, okay? Using the shoulder turn. Keep good shoulder wind up. Still.
X.
Here, again here. go up here and then turn the body and then it'll go this way here. Instead of arms here. Turn the shoulder and throw. Turn the shoulder and throw. So maintain good turn about the spine axis. Faster back swing, faster back swing. Yes. You see? Now, with the faster back swing, it goes all the way here. With the faster back swing, instead of at the end you're using the arm here, you're turning the shoulder actively. So again.
So when I do a back swing with a normal club, I go fast in the back swing. Okay.
You need to have a faster back swing rather than a slow back swing. Yes. Now, as you do this, in Star Wars, the Jedis are using lightsabers, right? So if I use the lightsaber as an analogy here, currently what you're doing is wing, 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 this motion. But how about this? Wing, wing.
I like that.
That means it's connected here.
Okay.
Your backswing motion is connected to the downswing. Wing, wing, instead of wing, wing, wing. So when you have just a wing, wing, snappy motion, then these are not connected. But wing, wing. Using the backswing as a counter movement. It's called a counter movement. Because your main motion is a downswing. But before that, you have a motion in the opposite direction. Using this, you are creating this wind up. And then you use that in the downswing. So you have to connect backswing to downswing. Wing. Now you see. Now the intention is when you try to hit somebody, right? Instead of you never do that.
Yeah.
The same thing. Now it looks a lot better. So basically, you're turning your body around the axis. Still, on the way down, you are going down too much here. But if you just turn, you will be able to bring the arms more in front of your body instead of dropping this. When the arms are dropped like this, then you have to slide because you need to make a space here. But if you turn, bring the arms in front of your body, no need to do that. And then let's make it flatter on this side. So swing the rope a bit flatter here. That means that your hands should go out, turn, and then bring this way instead of down and then up here. So you have to adjust the hand pad. You want to turn this way more, we have to go a bit flatter on this side. The intention is to make this motion, this side motion flatter. Make this flatter. Yep. No, not really. So again, swing back and forth, but this time I will stay on the left side of target. Try to throw the rope this way. Up. No. No. If you drop this side here, then always it goes that way. So here, you go up here. Instead of dropping here,
Just release the shoulder.
so from here, instead of dropping this here, just a turn this way. This is arms, so you have to make a backswing faster backswing, and then just a turn around.
Still doing it?
That's better now. Control the motion of the end of the rope well. So still the plane is a bit steep here. But here, instead of from this position, instead of coming down this way, try to let it go this way. Turn around. So maintain the motion about the spine axis. So your arms are also turning around the spine axis instead of pulling it down.
Okay.
Yeah, going more this way here. But if you drop this side, always automatically goes down. So instead of dropping here, from here, just to turn around here.
Okay.
Turn around. Yeah, about the spine axis. Now that's better. So here, I will guide your hands. So your hands are here, go up, went to this position, right? Then bring the hands out this way.
Out.
It's as simple as this. And then automatically it will go this way. Again, use the hands. Yeah. And then instead of just using the arms, you have to turn the body and then throw the arms this way, hands this way. Still going down. Here, even if you swing this way here, but if this happens, this side is dropped, then this side will be lifted here. So here, instead of going this way, just to try to turn around. Yes, have that feel here. More like that, okay? Now with the rope. Give me turning around instead of dropping this side here. Yes, that way you can bring the hands a bit lower on this side. Lower on this side. No.
I said lower, and it dropped.
So here, instead of your hands go high up here,
Oh, the other
bring
side.
the hands along the shoulder line here. Turn around and then bring the hands flat here instead of lifting it high up. Yeah, that's the way. So you have to have a reasonable symmetry here. If in the backswing the hands goes right above your shoulder here, if you go here, downswing the same thing should happen here.
Same plane the whole way
Yeah.
through.
But what you are doing is you go down here and then lift the hands high up here. So whether it is because you are dropping earlier on, whether you have the image to lift the hands high up, either way is dictating your downswing motion. But then your goal is
Get rid of that.
in the backswing, left arm goes here, the downswing, the right arm goes here. Maintain reasonably symmetric height here. Swing, yes. Swing. Now this is really good. So this is truly more turning about the axis instead of going this way. This makes the motion more complex because in addition to this turn, you're adding this turn here, right? So try to turn about the spine axis and then let it go around and keep the hands a bit lower on this side. So in the backswing, at the end of the backswing, lift your hands a bit higher. Currently, your backswing, head position is low and then this side is higher. But if you bring the hands a bit higher in the backswing, then you will be able to bring a bit lower on this side. No. You went high and then you dropped it. Instead, go high and then turn around. You're lifting. So if you image the plane here, then make sure you are swinging the rope along that plane. This is only you can do. I can watch and then give you feedback, but when you swing,
It should be one.
if this is the intended plane here, then both ways you are sticking to that plane here. So swing back and forth, follow that plane. In order to maintain that, you have to adjust the body motion and the hand position, all these things. But if you go flat here, and then already if it's flat, you try to go high up here, already the swing plane is more going like this instead of going this way here. Even if you have this plane here, intended here, but if your spine axis goes like this, that this is lifted, that this is low here. So this is what you tend to do here. Okay. Now, so you want to have a bit higher hand position here, and then try to keep this side low, that you are reversing it here. Okay. So if you go a bit higher here, just to turn around and then keep it low here. Again. And also on the way down, let the hands go here, and then eventually if you bring the hands a bit closer to the body, then you will be able to turn. One thing here. As you swing, have the image of keeping your arms against your front chest here. Okay, keep tight, and even think that you use a ball here. Some people use the ball, and you try to squeeze the ball here. So here, on the way down, if you keep this squeezing against your chest, you cannot go like this. If you go this way, then you tend to throw outward. Okay. But if you keep the arms tight against your chest in front of your body, keep this, and then swing, then your arms will turn with the body. Mm-hmm. Yes. And then make the plane a bit flatter. So always your hands, try to move your hands about the axis here instead of bring down here. Try to go around. The initial, yes. Keep it against the chest. It's going high up. Keep swinging. Make the backswing a bit faster. Yeah, that just reshapes your swing quite a bit. Okay. So again, at the beginning of the downswing, go up here. At the beginning of the downswing, let the hands go around your body instead of dropping it here. Okay. So when you drop it, then you have a stuck elbow. So then you have to slide the pelvis. When this happens, here's the plane. If the plane is like this, but if you drop the right side, automatically the plane goes like this.
Okay.
Instead, turn this way. So let the hands go around the body here instead of dropping here. Okay. So you can go a bit higher here, and then turn this way here. From higher position and then tend to go low here, then you'll adjust. But actually, when you feel that's a high on that side and then low on this side, but actually it will be reasonably leveled. Yeah. It's a low. Already in the backswing, the hand position low. Yeah, from there, the hands comes in front of your body here, and then going this way here. You should have this feel here. So again, the right arm is tight against your chest here. So it has to come and then turn around this way instead of.
I always thought when you drive,
Yeah, but if it's too much, then always you drop this side too much, and then you're going fairly outward. So more than anything, you should be able to turn around here. And then your arm motion shouldn't be obstructed by the body. But if it comes down this way here, it's a hit by the body, then you have to slide here. Then you make unnecessary movement. But if you always keep your arms in front of your chest here, then even here, the arm is in front of the chest, then you will be able to remove all the obstruction for the arm motion. The left arm is too straight. Go up here. When you go, if the shoulder is too high, then already this is low here. Instead, bring more this way. Maintain the axis here. If you maintain the axis, the left shoulder should be lower, right shoulder should be higher. And then go this way, then even if you have the same hand position relative to the body, now the hands are a bit higher here. But if you lifted the left shoulder and then maintain the same hand position relative to the chest, then now it's a lot lower.
Okay.
So go here. You have to go this way.
The axis.
Yeah. Turning about the axis. Yeah. And then also turning about the axis on the way down. Let it go. Yeah. So you have to get rid of all the unnecessary movements.
Yes.
So the simplest situation is you have the axle here. So the trunk serves as an axle. The arms and club serve as a chain. And your goal is to swing the chain around the axle. So the axle shows good axle rotation here. Then there'll be a little bit of axis motion, but it never goes this way. When the top goes like this, when the axle moves like this, it's called the sway. Okay, when the top moves, it's a sway. Or the other opposite is a lot of pelvis sliding here. It's sliding. But what I want to see is intentional, purposeful shift motion. Shift motion means the whole thing is moving slightly, but still maintain the axis. You can have a little bit of axis motion, but this is a purposeful shift motion.
Okay.
And then with that, turn, so swing the chain around the axis. So when you keep your arms in front of your chest here, let it go, and then let it go this way. As you swing here, nothing will obstruct the arm motion here. But in doing this, if you lift the shoulder too much, or even in the backswing, from the backswing, if you lifted this, it already is ended up here. So just a turn, the same hand position relative to chest here. But if your left shoulder is a bit low, you will go to this position. But if you lift the chest, then it will go here. So it may not be your problem in your hand motion, but rather it may be problem in your shoulder motion here. So from here, if you try to turn more around the axis here, then you should have a little bit of reverse pivot posture at the top. So try to go to the reverse pivot posture on the mat here. As you turn, instead of leaning this way, typically it's because of your head position here. So remember, something is holding here, and then turn this way or this way here. Then you will stand on the right side here.
I see.
Now you feel you are leaning tons of degree here. This way, but actually, this is just a little bit reverse pivot posture. You're going to this position here. Then naturally, left shoulder is low. Then your hands will be here. So try to assume this reverse pivot posture. In this reverse pivot posture, there's no other way to move your head. Your head has to turn this way, and using the peripheral vision over the shoulder, you're gazing the ball here.
Okay.
Right? So this happens. But if you keep your head down here, and then try to turn, then you have to go this way. Then it's spinning around. So your head is held, your top is held, then you're turning head more this way. Up, extend your right knee. Yeah, like this. Then it'll be easier to go to this reverse pivot posture. Yeah. So when you bring the hip high up, then it's easier to go to this position here, right? So it's important to push the ground with the leg. Here, push and then extend this, and then push and extend it instead of keeping. Flex the hip. Stand on the side, stand on this side, and then go more this way here. Yeah. And then go up. So when you have good wind up here, you're starting the downswing motion with the shoulder turn here. Using the wind up and then shoulder turn, and then throw the arms here on this side. Then you will go to this position. Stand, extend, and stand on the left side here.
Okay.
Like this. If you keep the knees flexed like this, then you have to use arms. But here, on this side, stand on the right side. And then on this side, stand on the left side.
Right side.
Yeah. Yeah, and then stand on the left side. Yes. That way, stand on the right side in the slight reverse pivot posture here. Stand on the left side in the slight reverse pivot posture here. Then you can truly turn around the axis. And then stand on the left side. Yes. So that you will be able to let the arms go here instead of dropping here. Let it go in front of your body. Now the rope. But since this is your first session, so let's not make it too complicated. But as long as you have good intention, which is you turn your spine and then head about the spine axis here, and then have the image of just turning around the axis. So you're moving the arms and then the rope around the axis. And then in doing this, you can shift and then stand on the right side, shift and stand on the left side. So in order to swing hard in the downswing, you actually have to have active backswing. With active backswing, you have good wind up. This will automatically give you good downswing here. Using the shoulder wind up and then throw the rope. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Tired.
So you see in the downswing, it's moving fairly fast because you started using the shoulders. And then that's because you have a more active backswing here. When you turn good in the backswing, automatically you will be able to use this wind. Yes, you have a coiling here. Coiling, and with that, let it go. As if you have a watch, a clock spring. Turn, and then let it go, and then whack. So wind up, and then whack, let it go. But for that, you have to really turn the shoulders and then let the shoulder go instead of and then just try to use the arms here.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, rope swing. They have the image of turning the body about the spine axis, even the head. Active backswing and then let it go. Yes, active backswing, let it go. Active backswing, let it go. So in doing this, in the backswing, you're standing on the right side here, and slight reverse pivot posture. And in the downswing, you are standing on the left side and slight reverse pivot posture. So when you practice, imagine that you have a full body mirror in front of you, and then put tapes this way here. So the top should be narrow, and then bottom should be wider. You're moving your body in that space here.
The head shouldn't leave the middle of the head.
The head doesn't move that much. If the head goes like this, then the motion becomes really unstable because the whole axis is shaking. Because your legs are interacting with the ground, so legs can move, or the pelvis can move to promote the interaction. But this side is not interacting with anything. And if this moves a lot, the chain is connected to this part here. And if the upper part moves a lot, then the motion becomes really unstable.
Okay.
So while stabilizing the motion here, you can use the pelvis actively to interact with the ground well. So you have the tapes on the mirror here. You move your body within that space. Or outside, keep the sun behind you. Okay, so use this rope. Okay. This is yours. But keep the sun behind. You have the shadow here. Put the sticks on the ground.
And you keep making sure the sun doesn't any.
Yeah. So you have the shadow here. To move your shadow within that space. Okay, actively. And then when you turn, it's not this intentional shoulder to rather it has to come from the lower body motion. But today we'll just mainly change the way you move your club back, going flat like this. So mainly work on that and then connect the backswing to downswing. But maybe since you are local, next time if you come in, we'll work on the lower body action. So now the rope swing, one more time. The rope swing looks a lot better. So again, your goal is to move the end of the rope around your body. And then it should be the spine axis, okay, around the spine axis. And then keep the arms in front of your chest. And then here, assume a little bit reverse pivot posture. Active backswing and throw, active backswing and throw, active backswing, throw. Make it flatter. So you should be able to control even the angle here. So if you make it really flat, then you will go like this. Swing.
Almost baseball.
Yeah. And then when you lower it a little bit, go here. But still, this side, it should be a similar height. So basically, it moves along the same plane here. Swing, swing. And if you want to lower more, then it will go like this. And then you can go really flat here. This can be done when you use your body properly. Okay. So to make the motion natural, you have to shift, 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 shift. This is important. And then so practice the flatter swing pattern. And then make sure you are having a symmetric plane here. So it doesn't go too high on this side, too low on this side. It should be fairly leveled. That means you have to turn this way more.